There it is, the Empire State Building. I thought it would be taller in real life. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video with Swaggle Haas. And here we are, New York City, the Big Apple, New York Comic Con, the Big Con. At least it's kind of the Big Con. I mean, at this point you go to Comic Cons and they're sort of all the same. You know, if I'm comparing it to San Diego Comic Con, I guess there are some subtle differences. You know, if you go to San Diego Comic Con, maybe you get yelled at by a crazy person in a Batman cosplay while they're rollerblading. Whereas here in New York, you probably get yelled at by a crazy person in a Batman cosplay while they're driving a taxi. So there are differences between the cons overall. But regardless, I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a walking, talking vlog with you guys here today. We're already at day number 2. It is Friday, October 18th. Probably should have started this yesterday, doing the walking, talking vlog thing. Frankly, I probably should have started this on Wednesday, because everybody knows that now preview nights are the first day of cons, especially if you want to get any exclusives. More on exclusives in a second. But walking, talking vlog feels very, very fitting to do because we're in New York. That's what people do, right? You don't have time to stand around, you gotta walk. You got places to be. And we're going to the con. So we're gonna walk together, we're gonna make content at the same time while we walk. We're gonna be very efficient with our day.
What's going on,
What's
man?
going on? So there's a Swaggle Haas fan right there. See? That's how we do it, right here, as we walk and talk. So, let's get down to business right here. I have a list of things that I want to talk about. First things first, Artist Alley. It's huge. How big is it, Swag? Really big. Huge. There are more artists in this building than there are people attending the show. Okay, that's not true at all. We gotta tap the badge.
On top. Thank you.
I'm giving you guys the full con experience by walking and then doing the content. There are more artists in this building because everybody lives here. It's New York. This is where all the artists are. I think the artists to Harley Quinn cosplay ratio is 10-1. That's crazy. Because, you know, in San Diego, the Harley Quinn cosplay to artist ratio is probably only 5-1. That's how many artists there are. So if you're somebody who likes art and getting remarks and signed stuff, this is the place to be. What else? Let's talk about graded comic books. CGC. They're in attendance. Everybody's at the booth. It's crazy. There's like 15 CGC booths, and they need all of them because all these people are in line to get their books signed. PSA is also in attendance. PSA has a booth right next to CGC. Nobody's at it because you can't submit comic books to it. So why is PSA here? Because you can submit trading cards. That's also something that you can submit. But nobody's doing it because all of their business is Pokemon, and this is not the Pokemon type of crowd. Does anyone know where CBCS is? Should we give a wellness check to CBCS? You would think that they would have a giant banana panel booth thing. Why don't they have a banana booth at New York Comic Con? I'm concerned for CBCS. Okay, I don't want to spread false information. They are here, but they're all the way in the corner down the street. They're set up in the Bronx. They're set up in Brooklyn. That's how far away they are. Where are we going? We're gonna go this way. What else? PSA, back to them. I saw their magazine holders. They're big. I already did a big joke. Huge. It's like slabbing a hot dog in a hallway. That's how big their magazine holders are. I don't know if people are gonna like it or they're gonna hate it. If you like big things, Texas people are gonna love it, which by the way, PSA is opening a Texas office. What's that all about? What else is PSA doing? They have their slim cases here. I saw their slim cases. Those were interesting. They match the size of CGC and CBCS. I like them. I like them more. Some people like the bigger cases with the frosted glass. I like the slim cases, but I'm old school. No, you're not, Swag. If you're really old school, you wouldn't slab your comic books at all. True. Point to you, raw collector. Mark Wilson was here, the PSA head grader, all the CBCS drama that was going on, the lawsuit stuff. Mark Wilson's here. So he's not really too concerned about how CBCS feels. And that makes sense to me because he recently came out with his side of the story, which I will do video coverage on that this week, don't worry. And CBCS looks really stupid. When you get the other side of the story, all of a sudden, it seems like, a lot of the stuff that he was doing makes a lot of sense because a lot of the stuff that CBCS does makes zero sense. So I will do a follow-up on that. So he's here in attendance. Good to know. It seems like he's going to be the head grader, so all things are good on that front. What else do we have? Comic book vendors. How many are there? There's a medium amount. Not nearly as many as Terrificon. Guys, we are entering the show floor right now. It might be really loud. I don't know if this is even recording right now. I'm looking like an idiot, but I'm gonna keep talking. Because the key to making videos, little tip for you guys if you ever want to start a comic book YouTube channel, just talk. Don't think. Just keep going. Anyways, comic book vendors. There's a handful of them, not too many overall. Not too many overall. Like you would think that there would be more. There were definitely more at Terrificon. And, at this point I feel like I see all the same vendors across the country. How are the prices, Swag? I don't know. You know why I don't know? Because nobody puts the prices on the comic on the wall. I have to talk to them. I have to ask them. And as somebody who doesn't want to talk to anybody, especially comic book collectors, I know you guys relate to this. I don't want to ask you what the price is. I just want to see the price. I see if it's good or bad. And then I point and go, And then you go, And then I go, And then I give you cash, and then I walk away. No social interaction. That's how every comic person likes to buy their comic books. So the prices, I don't know. Maybe I'll do another vlog. I'll report back on that in another video. What else, Swag? What else can we talk about? Absolute Batman. You want to know how I know Absolute Batman is absolutely killing it? When you go to a vintage vendor that sells Golden Age comic books, and on the top row, it's all Absolute Batman comic books, that's when you know that even the vintage collectors, vintage dealers, are selling Absolute Batman. And to that point, we're at New York FoilCon, New York Exclusive Con. There's so many exclusives here. So many so that you actually get in fights buying up exclusives. Peach Momoko. Who knew that people that like watercolors were so violent? I didn't know that, but apparently they like to get in fights here in New York. What is up with that? Guys, let's get it together. Shout out to Very Gary. That's his booth. Maybe we'll talk to him in another video. But yeah, exclusives. Spawn, selling like crazy. I should just be a Spawn dealer. There are Spawn dealers. And they probably do really well. Spawn is up there with Spider-Man. How does anyone even know what the exclusives are? I have a YouTube channel dedicated to comic books, and I couldn't tell you 3 of the 5,000 exclusives that exist at the show. How do people find out about this? There should be an app that's like Exclusives the app that tells you all of them out there. Swag, I think that's called Key Collector. Oh, you're right. Without Key Collector, I wouldn't know what exclusives are out here, but there's a lot of them, and people are buying them, and it feels like exclusives are back. What else? I'm doing an artist signing for my comic book, which is dropping on Vivi this weekend. That's very exciting. I'm super excited about it. It's coming out on Sunday. If you would like to support, you can do that by picking up the drop on Sunday. We're going to have issue number 1, and then 2 and 3 are going to come out after that, which, by the way, Kickstarter backers, 2 and 3 is coming to you in the next week or so. I'm so proud of the work. So that's fun, but I'm going to do a signing in a few, and have to give a shout out to the signing, B28. If you're here in New York, go to booth B28. Also, booth 3327 is the VV booth, and I will be there. Let's finish this off. with a couple important topics. We need to talk about pins. What is up with pins? Why have pins become the thing that everyone gives away at Comic Cons? I don't mean to trigger the pin people out there, but I think pins are stupid. Okay, they're not that stupid, but there's so many pins. What do you guys do with them? You guys actually like pins? Why do people use them all the time? I'm just not a pin guy. I don't get it. Swag, you don't get it. You're right, I don't. I don't get it. But everyone here likes pins.
Swaggle hoss right there.
All right, last topic. Very, very important topic. As I make my way like a bunch of sardines, there's a lot of people here, guys. There are a lot of nerds. There are a lot of nerds on the eats. You know what? Here's a little thing that is different. Here's one thing that's very, very important to discuss. Big difference between New York and San Diego. In San Diego, the entire street is taken over. All of the bars, everything, like you go see cosplayers, you know, many, many blocks away. So what happens is not everyone who has tickets to the con is inside the building because it's sunny and there's a bunch of events. Here there are also events, but for the most part, it's regulated to the con itself. So everyone's inside the building. There's way more people inside the building here than there is at San Diego Comic Con. So that's either good or bad. Depends on what you think about it. Could be a good thing. Certainly a good thing if you're a vendor, right? Swag. Let's wrap it up. Let's get to the last topic. Okay, last topic. Last topic. We need to talk about pizza. New York has the best pizza. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. I'm talking to you people in Chicago. It's over. Why do we even have this discussion? Is this even serious? Should we even be talking about whether deep dish is better than New York? No. It's like the same people that want to tell me that X-Men Annual 14 is a better book to own than X-Men 266. Like, even if you're technically correct, it's just over. There's no conversation. New York pizza is so much better. That being said, though, New York pizza, what's up? Let's go, bud. Hey, how's it going? Either way, New York pizza is better, but also square pizza is better than the thin pizza. You guys know that? You New Yorkers, the square New York pizza is better than the thin New York pizza. That's facts. So there you go. I'm on a mission to try more slices of pizza while I'm here. And I will report back, see if I find one. So that's my con experience so far. Those are my thoughts. I have no idea if you guys can hear any of this. If you are here, you want to go to the booth and do a signing of my comic book, B28 in Orange Alley. Let's see if I can keep up this video series for the rest of the weekend. I am embarrassed filming right now with people looking back and feel everyone's eyes. They're like, look at this guy, you know? But I do it for you guys. Anyways, that's New York Comic Con. There's hella nerds here. Thanks so much for watching. I'll report back. Day 3.
I feel like just one of the corners.
Thanks so much for watching.
Okay.
Like, comment, subscribe. Don't get into fights. What's up with that? I don't know. More on that later on. Peace out.